Finally, we got the iPhone 4S. Externally, not much difference from before. But this one has Siri. Let's go try to find it. First, let's pop the SIM out before we forget. Now tools needed: pentalobular screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, a pair of tweezers, a case opening tool, and a flathead screwdriver. Start at the bottom with the two pentalobe screws. Once they have been removed, push up on the back cover like this. Then, the back cover can be removed. Now switch to the Phillips screwdriver. We will remove the battery first. 2 screws here. Using the case opening tool, disconnect the connector. And finally, the battery itself. Next, we'll remove the loudspeaker module. This plate needs to come off. Take out these 2 Phillips screws. Then, disconnect the cable with the plastic case tool. Using the tweezers, disconnect the thin coaxial cable from the motherboard. Then 2 more Phillips screws here. Now, the module can be lifted out from the phone. Move upward to the metal shield. 4 Phillips screws hold it in place. After the screws are out, the plate can be unhooked from the top. Note the hook on the metal plate. Next, this bracket, 1 Phillips screw to remove. Then, remove the bracket with the tweezers like this. Now, to remove the camera module, unclip this cable here. Then, just remove it from the phone. This rubber pad may fall out. It just sits on the bottom of the camera module. 6 connectors on the main board. Unclip them all with the tool. There's a screw hiding under here. Remove the sticker to expose it. Three Phillips screws and 2 standoffs hold the main board onto the frame. Use the Phillips screwdriver on the 3 screws. Then the flathead on the 2 standoffs. Now the whole main board can be removed from the phone. There's a small grounding tab here. Put it aside. Moving on, pry the vibrate module out first, held on with tape. Now to remove the LCD unit. There are 3 Phillips screws on one side, 3 more on the other side, then 4 at the corners. Remove the ones at the corners first. Then loosen the ones on the side. Don't remove them. The unit is stuck on with a bit of tape. We will need to carefully pry it off using the case tool. Good place to start is at the top of the phone. Carefully feed the cables through the midplate. Note the home button. See the double-sided tape? Note the setup for the home button is different now. Let's remove the connector module now. Disconnect the home button module cable first by releasing this latch. Then, pull the cable out. 2 Phillips screws hold this assembly in place. Then, carefully remove the entire cable from the midplate. Push this cable through to the other side. Then pry the module out like so. The top button is held on by these 2 Phillips screws. Next, this black bracket needs to be unclipped from the frame. The whole cable can then be taken out. Next up, the earphone jack assembly. And the side buttons too. Remove this Phillips screw first. Then, lift the earphone jack out of the way. Note the secondary microphone. Two more Phillips screws for the vibrate switch. Then 3 more for the volume buttons. Don't forget the buttons. Finally, the front-facing camera. A bracket holds it in place. Use the tweezers to unclip it. No Siri here, but at least we're done.